Yeah, I was gonna
Told
say
me
it
to
sounds
then.
like go.
I wasn't knocking it or I love it too.
Such a good game. Alright. Alright, Torin, you going? You playing?
This isn't
Or are you
my
gonna make
kind of
this
game.
weird old guy make me play?
If you'd be so kind, Silithus.
So he just like throws the ball at me.
I'll have a conversation with whoever. Would you like to play?
Sure. You're going to have to teach me.
Alright, so basically for the intents and purposes of this,
Yeah.
it's played
Should never
in
play.
10 rounds.
Okay.
And basically you take 2d6, whoever gets the higher of the rolls gets the like round. And you're basically trying to win not by a blowout, but trying to like edge yourself out. So you can, the way that you play tack is you take one of your rolls and you try and either make it better or worse with a second roll. So basically you would take 2d6 and roll them.
Mhm.
Whatever number you get, you want it to be kind of in the middle.
Okay.
If you think one dice is too high or one dice is too low, you would take it out and roll that third dice.
I didn't know that was actually a big game. I thought you were gonna like role play me. You were gonna have to do
Whatever you
checks
roll
or
on the third
something.
dice, is that what you keep?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can either keep what you originally rolled or roll that third dice.
Okay.
And it's kind of just like you move the pieces on the board depending on what your dice rolls are, and you want it to be a close game, and that's kind of like the symbol of like a good tack player is like
Okay.
you barely edge out the opponent and not just blow them out of the water.
Okay.
I'd be fine with playing it now,
It's
but
a close game every time.
Yeah, is what you want.
Well, it's too late. I'm playing.
alright,
Like,
have fun.
you can play next round.
Okay.
So he kind of like, you guys slowly start to, you know, kind of do general, he gives you a brief description of how to play, and as you guys kind of like go through the first section, roll your first 2 dice.
How many people came in with him?
Hey.
2 servants, but they stepped out.
Okay.
2 4s.
2 4s. So are you keeping them or changing anything?
I think I'm gonna keep those.
Okay. So after the first round, you guys kind of like move the pieces around, and it
Mhm.
seems you don't really have a general feeling of this game and how it works yet, but you just kind of move pieces to what seems like a good aesthetic to you. And you place them around. He moves a couple of pieces, and
aesthetic.
he kind of gives you like a small, just like, and then so a few things about the court. This is a very proud city. Would you say that you're one that likes to make their opinion known?
Not particularly. Not me. I just look at Miriam.
Haha. So, I believe you're one with a very, very strong will, I see.
Yeah,
That may not be the best way to go about in the city. More of a genteel group that we have around here. Tread softly, but think with your minds. Is normally how we do things around here. And you guys kind of shift back over towards the game again. Make your second roll.
You're in.
Come on, Dragon Age with the masks.
Oh.
City.
yeah.
It's like that, but with the masks.
Ooh.
Dragon Age. Game I've never played.
Shit, so good.
Which one?
Well, I mean, we've only played Inquisition all the way.
Oh,
so
everybody's played
that's fine.
Inquisition.
Yeah. All right. So if I want to re-roll one of them, I can.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Better.
2 5s.
2 5s. And again, he kind of gives you like an appraising look. And well, first off, I should tell you, in the city, that there's a way that we court favors amongst the gentry. We give each other rings, and as he kind of like reaches into his back pocket, he kind of pulls out for each of you 3 iron, 3 gold, and 3 silver rings. He kind of hands them around respectively as he kind of like peruses the board and moves a couple pieces around.
You realize we are not gentry, right?
I presume nothing.
Okay.
All I've heard is that you're here to seek,
I just kind of like look down at my outfit, like I'm more prone to living in the forest. This city's not exactly where I would choose to settle.
Well, rumors can be a good thing. Those that are taken straight into the king's court may get favors around the city.
Okay.
just something to think about. And then, as you guys kind of like shift back over towards the game, make your next roll.
Shit.
Dang.
Wow. 2 5s.
Those are
Nice.
damage rolls.
I think I'm
Man.
gonna keep those. I know, right?
Oh.
I do a lot of D6-esque weapon attack, or like just attacks in general. I've never rolled like this.
So he kind of like gives you a look and just like
It's
it
only
doesn't
the
seem to be too
consequence.
satisfied with that most recent move, and just kind of hear a little bit of a under his breath, and kind of like, well,
Remember, first time playing.
we have a bit of a system through the city. Those rings that I gave you all, you may want to go to the nearest jeweler and have them inscribed with your names. The way that you seek a conference with the members of the gentry is, at first, if you believe that they are below you in status, you'd send them an iron ring. They will then decide if they want to meet you, if they believe that you are above them or not. If you believe that you're of equal status, you send them a silver ring. And if you believe you are above them in status, you send them a gold. Now these can be used as a means to wheel your way amongst the court and rise yourself above. But I'm not presuming your means, but judging by some of your clothes, maybe
I'm
something.
wearing fine clothes, by the way.
You are. He's in fine plate mail, but Ragamuffin Steve that's playing him in chess is.
Ragamuffin Steve.
You may earn some favors throughout the gentry. Might make your time easier here in the city.
Where's the eraser?
Oh, sorry.
But basically, for iron rings, you give them to people that you think are below you in status, or you think little of, because it can also be a slight.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like,
So like
if you get it wrong, I'm
you
not
would
gonna
never
roll.
send the king an iron ring, ever, or that's
King's gonna.
yeah.
Straight up. You-
A
wanna
silver
kill your
ring
character?
means that
That's
you are
fine.
of equal status, or if you receive one, they think that they're of equal status with you.
Which
Uh-huh.
certain people would still be a slight.
Yeah.
And then for gold rings, it is the highest form of status or praise. That means that the giver looks up to you, and if you receive one, that means that whoever gave it to you looks up to you.
I feel like if you gave one to the king directly, he'd be like, oh, alright, hand it to someone, put it in the box.
But that seems to be the system for kind of figuring, talking to people
Yeah.
in the city. If you want to like have a conference with somebody, if you want to,
Or like,
or if the king sends you a
That's-
missive or an information, you will receive a ring that you must then give back to them.
it's definitely the great game. Of
So
all
it's so it's like a hey, I want to talk to you thing.
Kind of.
Or okay.
And it's also like a if you meet one of the like gentry and you want to like kind of show your status, you would give one of the rings accordingly to kind of define where you're at. If you're above them, you give them iron. If you're of equal silver, if you're way below them, gold.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like it's a way to like the politics that started in the city. Like it used to be a tradition, and he kind of goes over the brief description of kind of like how it all started. And it used to be started with bronze rings and iron rings, and bronze used to be the highest form, but then eventually the gentry got involved with it because it was just like the townsfolk that would do it. And it became silver was the highest form, and so it was a slight if you got an iron ring. So then that thing became gold, and slowly it like escalates over time of the rare materials that you have, and
Yeah.
who is the highest form of authority in the city.
Gotcha.
So we each give one of each ring?
Yes. And so
I definitely just like left mine on the table, like, I'm not sure what to do with this.
during
Like,
those two
even
things,
when you're explaining it, I'm just like, not sure if this is mine.
during those two things, you guys kind of like move the pieces around the board. So roll twice for me.
Oh. Okay. A 2 and a 3.
Okay.
We'll keep that. Are you writing down mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then roll again.
We're men of such standards.
I'm
You
gonna
put
re-roll that one.
so much importance over.
That's
Alright.
alright. You were ahead anyway.
A 2 and a 1.
2 and 1. Okay. So with
Went from a 6 to a 1.
during this talk,
Like my
it
people
seems
rolls.
like you're starting to get a feel for this board game, and it seems that where you were kind of leading by a landslide, just by whatever movements, and he seemed to have been like trying to take it easy on you because he didn't know what your like skill level was.
Neither did I. Still don't.
Now that you might have made a few mistakes, you're not sure, but it seems that the board is in a much more contested state, and he seems a lot more pleased with the presence of the board. So what were you asking?
Huh?
Were you asking?
You're such men of high standards, and you put so much importance on these rings.
Yes. Just some of the little games that us of the higher echelon like to play with each other.
What happens if you don't participate?
And you may not be of standing in court.
Shit.
It may not be something that would bother you, but it bothers others. Doors may open easier or shut in your face because of it.
Never met a door that I couldn't beat my way through.
And you kind of see him like chuckling and just like, I can believe that.
Inspiration.
I wish you would have played. I'm going.
Roll again for me.
Okay. 2 4s.
2 4s. Keeping it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he kind of like looks at you and just gives you like a slight approving nod, and you guys kind of shuffle the pieces around. Most of the pieces are off the board at this point, through the various moves and tricks that you guys have kind of like moved through this game playing.
Oh, okay. I'm not just like knocking them off.
Yeah, and he kind of just like looks at you all and just but that is little games that we play among the gentry here in Escalon. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
How high up are you?
That's for me to know.
You made